So in this video we are going to actually add a few polish setups. So let's just come into the complete code, and now I'm going to just make it a little fast. So I'm going to add a couple of lot of setup properties so you can copy me. So also teach you about continuous usage, and it will keep you consistent in your thing. So like if you have something called a label, and it will have all these styles already attached. Okay, so I have already added quite a lot of these set properties. You can keep watching, copy, and then write them yourself down here. Okay, so we've got all of these values. Next thing is a button. So our button is going to have the set property font size and value. Now we need text color, value white. Then we have another set of property background color, which I'm not going to be using. Corner radius also I'm not going to be using. We can add horizontal options. Then we have something called margin. But yeah, so that is it. Now let's get back to the UI. So let's get into content page.content. Then let's create a stack layout with vertical options, center, and expand. Next thing we are going to have is a spacing of 5. Okay. So actually a spacing of 20 is better. Then we're going to create another stack layout in that stack layout, and outside that stack layout in the vertical options and center and span stack layout, we're going to add text. Now we already have all of these things assigned and everything, so you don't have to just boringly assign all of them yourself. So let's add just a simple binding to this, and this is going to be addition user answer. Then we are going to use something like this. You see the horizontal option, and fill and span will already fill itself. So that's it, we don't have to add anything there. So you can add a button text, and then this is going to be submit. The next thing you're going to do is have a command, and this command will usually have a binding. And this binding will be the nothing, we can't see the binding over here. So what I'm going to do now is, because we cannot see the bindings, I'm going to use the submit command from the addition page over here. So I will copy this and rather paste it in there, and then just write command after it. So now I can create a label text, this one text, but in the stack layout first thing we need to add an orientation for horizontal and a spacing of 10, as we have spacing of 20 and then a spacing of 10. Then we need a label text inside it with as addition number 1, and then you need a plus text, and then this will have the binding for the next addition number 2. Okay, so that's it. Now let's play and see how it looks like. But first we need to make sure and really look at the code we have done for. Okay, I think that's it. Yeah, the code isn't having any issues. So let's see what about this. Okay, you have this opened. Next thing you can click start, beginner edition. There you are, but the UI for some reason is stuck to the wall for some reason. Why are they all stuck to the wall? Well, to fix all that wall, you can add a padding, but that still doesn't fix it. We need to actually centralize the text. At least this is fixed. It has edges, and I'm sure this will also work for a tablet, because fill and expand allows all buttons to get to the edges. The next thing you're going to use is the horizontal option center for it. Everything working perfect. Okay. Oh yeah, I can add anything. Alright, so let's add another set of property. And this time we can call it font size with a value of 24. Now the text just goes over, so let's just say 15. That goes too smaller. Let's go to 20. Oops. Yeah, we have 24 plus. Well, let's go to 18. That's better. Yeah, I think no. Is that better? Yeah, I think that looks better, because after that it just becomes very bad and large. Oh yeah, okay, basic UI. But now you can see how good the UI looks, and it is not like we had before in the subtraction page and the number line page cornered and everything. We are also going to do it for our number line page, of course. Now I'm going to copy this and stop it first and get into the subtraction page. Over here we're going to comment it out and then above paste everything. Okay, so you have everything. Just change the bindings to different numbers. Just change the number 2. Okay. This addition user answer to user answer and the submit command to. Now we don't have the exact submit command that we need, so we have to go in, comment, copy that, and put it in there. Go back to the main menu, the number line page, and this is also almost good UI, but not so good, right? Because the UI really is funny looking, so we'll have to fix that as well. So I'm going to first play and have a look at how it looks. Okay, so we just get into it quickly. Yeah, addition 1 is looking pretty good. There's nothing wrong in it. I can even give a few answers, but I don't wanna. At the moment you can just see it resets it to 0. What else do we need is something called a label text, and this text is going to be the checking text. Rebuild and apply changes. Oh yeah, there you are, the checking text comes on top. Also, next thing, we can duplicate all of these and all the 3 checking texts come up. Now we are going to add bindings to them for each wrong answer, total answer, and correct answer. So the first one will be total, the second one will be correct, and finally after that we are going to add the binding for our wrong answers. Okay, so that's it. Now you can see 0 and 0, 0. But that still doesn't look, because the user doesn't know what the total answers, the correct answers, and what is wrong answer. Basically, like we did over here, we used something called StringFormat, which formatted it and used a string and put the number in between. That's how we can also do it. The toString, wait, let me see what is it, comma, okay. Let me just change it to a comma. StringFormat, okay? Yeah. And then it asks set something inside that StringFormat. This is something pretty easy. So let's actually add something called total answers. And then you will use the curly brackets and put a 0 in the center. The 0 in the center of the curly brackets means the total answers. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, that looks pretty good. Let's copy and put in all 3 of them. The next thing we are going to do is change each one to correct answers, this one to be the wrong ones. Now the user doesn't know the max limit and how many wrong answers he can do, so we have to tell him how many you can do out of that. Let me just go to the calculator and show you that this works. So 285 plus 546, let's put in 546, and when I submit, he increases the total answers and the correct answers by 1, which is exactly what we want. The next thing we are going to tell him is out of 20. Oops. Okay, yeah, so he now finally knows how many total are there. Now, over here we said that the correct answers must be 16, so we're going to select 16. Over here we said 4, because 16 minus, if you say 20 minus 4, you get 16. Okay, so actually our UI just went a little too over. We can put the size to medium, that's too small. Let me put it to large. Okay, that's also good. Now let's put in all, and that's it. You've got everything there ready in. And I get a failure, and the wrong answers increase by 1. He knows exactly how many wrong answers he can do. But if you look in our addition page view model, I think we've done an error there. Let's get back. Oh yeah. Over here we have also everything working without a text tool, and the plus sign is visible. Okay, you can see everything. Addition works perfectly, but it's not updated yet. It just, so over here I think we did a fault. Yes, it was 5, not 4, so we're gonna change it to 4 to make sure that you don't do much or larger mistake. Okay, so let's go to do 278 minus 212. Okay, yeah, Now let's get into subtraction page, and this check command is what we want, so let's create a public, or maybe just to keep it void check. This is the number 1 and the number 2, they share between 150. It can change this to number 2 and this to 150. So number 2 between to 150. Yeah, okay. Now I think we should be able to see that the left number on the left side will not be greater than what we see. So okay, yeah, the number just became larger on the right side. Perhaps we did something wrong. Let me just refresh it. Stop it and replay. Yeah. Okay, so you open again, let's get into it quickly. Okay, so not this one, this one. Okay, so I think we have done an issue over here. It was supposed to be number 1 and capitalize the N. Okay, because that's the thing you must do if you use observable properties. Let's try again. I'm sure that on a start, the number on the left side is going to be greater. No, not on addition. What did I give there? Yeah, I think not. No, he didn't. So that number also became greater. I think what we should do is, you see this one, the first number gets 1 of 50, and the okay, so over here, this is supposed to be number 1 because it's a max limit. Max limit is supposed to be number 1, and this is to be 1 to the number 1. Okay, now when I add just some minus question, I don't know what this is. When I get a 71, but whatever, oops. And then when I submit, yes, that one definitely became greater. But I'm sure this is something that I forgot to show. But I'll show it in the next video because there are still a couple of videos about color and things, logic fixing. But whatever it is, it works. Okay. Okay, yeah. Now let's just throw in everything we used over there. Over here we change the logic to full, that tell him that he's done this much. Okay, now change everything. It's correct and wrong, everything works okay. Let's play again and see how it works this time. And this one. Okay, so everything looks pretty okay to me. And if you have further questions about why the UI and this and why and that, then I can answer you the question. And anyway, 27 minus 122, okay. But whatever that is, I'll show it in the next video about my logic, about the color, about everything. So let's just comment it out first. It's better not to add buttons, things for that. You can add it yourself, because sometimes you may want to add something else, so you can add this yourself over here. Okay, yeah, so that looks better. Let's just remove the margin. Okay, that is okay. I think, yeah, it's okay. If you have any more questions about the UI looking bad or good, then let me know and I'll fix it in the next video that I'll put. Okay. So let's comment it out and let's add all the things to the buttons. So let's add this one to be white, and let's add this one to be a horizontal options, fill and expand, and then that's it. Yeah, I think we don't have anything. Font size, do we need a font size 10 for the text? Yeah, text font size. Okay, now let's get into edition, and that is also fixed. There were no issues and everything. Of course, 70 plus 115 is pretty easy, but whatever that is, 10 minus 6 is 4, and then when I submit, I get all my results. 12 minus 299, it's completely gone overwhelming, but I'll show what's wrong in our code in the next video. I'm not able to guess it out here. Okay. Yeah, so let's just write 2 minus 287. Literal garbage. Okay. 180 minus 27, 176 minus 157. Whatever that is, you can see that the total answers, correct answers, are ticking, because I answered each one correct. Okay. Everything is working. There's no issues there. What else could be wrong? Yeah, so the number line page, of course, needs good tuning. and quite a lot of things are wrong in it. We need to use two strings to fix all of those, as these cannot be fixed themselves, of course. Everyone knows. Now, all our UI looks just sticking together, and it really looks disgusting. So, what do we do to fix all of this? I know what we can do. We're going to remove everything and apply quite a lot of string formats. So, this slider thing is fine. We can keep it like that. But this label text equal to minimum value and then a label. We don't need these horizontal stack layouts, quite a lot of them. For no reason, we have kept all of these in here. Let's remove all these. Yeah, I mean, why do we need all of these? I mean, they're just for some fun or what? No, they're not. They are actually for the text, UI fixing, and many more things. So, in the slider min value, the string format is equal to this one. We are going to say, let's just say this one to be we need this one to be the minimum value, because we know that it's supposed to be the minimum value. With the curly brackets on it, we can simply, and then that's it. Yeah, okay. So and what we have is, so the UI looks pretty good. Yeah, I mean, so what else do we need now? We don't need to add bindings, and pretty okay. I think it looks pretty good to me. Minimum value 5. Now we can remove this. We can remove this. We can remove everything. Everything is okay looking. So now we need to add two strings to this all. So let's begin with the max value. Now that the other stuff has happened, we can add something max values perhaps. So, but first we need to wrap all of this in a stack layout which has the orientation horizontal, and then put it in. Yeah, I mean, what? You need to do that. So you're just going to give in the max value for this, and then comma StringFormat it, and then say maximum value, and just put a brackets around, and that's it. So there you are. They have both cuddled up together, but if you add labels in front of them, do they? No, they don't separate themselves. Basically, you will have to use something called spacings, which is, of course, I've already taught you quite a lot of times. Let me just duplicate quite a lot of them. Yeah, they still didn't. I know why. So you just need to add a spacing, and this one is going to be 10. And there you are. Let's just add 30. Nope, still not. Let me make it 50. Nope, still not. 100. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so I think that looks better. Now we need the current value, so we can delete it and bring it up. Then we have this current value. Call it minus slider current value, comma StringFormat is equal to current value 0. And there you are. Both of them are taking at the same time. So let me just add something called horizontal option center. Causes the UI to come in the center. So basically, I think that looks better. Let's delete the false one. And there you are. We do not need this margin. And there you are. We've got some issues, so we can add some labels. Labeled, and then another label. These two labels can separate it, but they separate the others. So we need to put it underneath here. Okay, that's better. And also separate it one more label away. That's it for the UI for NumberLinePage. Not yet. Total answers and the wrong answers and the everything else. What are they doing there? Yeah, we need to fix those as well. So let's get into that. Everything works perfect at the moment. Everything is ticking, but we don't have the UI to look a bit better. So let's just get that to look a much more good and nice look. So we need to fix answers UI. So now all of this is pretty useless. We need to add a stack layout with an orientation of horizontal with a binding. That label text, it will have a binding of the total answers, comma StringFormat equals to total answers, and then we are going to add a 0, and that's it. Now everything is total answer is 3, yeah? Okay, and then we are going to also add some padding, which is far away, pretty good. Yeah, I think it's enough. Next, we're going to copy and throw them all in the same area. So let's create font size of large. Let's copy it and put it in the rest. And then there you are, we've got everything there, but actually, correct answers. Let's just change the text a little and keep this to be wrong. Now, if you look, everything is total answers 3, correct answer 3. But we need this to be an intervey that, so just change this to vertical orientation. And there you are, everything fixes itself. The next thing we're going to do is remove all of this. And there you are, total answers 3. Now, I don't think we need this to tell him anymore because he already found out by the total answers, correct answers, and the wrong answers that he has to score these many to get to his white goal. So now, I'm just moving the slider and total answers, correct answer, wrong answers are ticking. That is because the bindings have been wrongly set. So we are going to change the bindings to be wrong answers, correct answers, and total answers. And that's it. 5, 5, 0. I can do as many correct as I want, as many as I want, and whatever. Also, I forgot to add the /20. Let me add that quickly. And save it. What's that? 620, 616, 04. Let me add some spaces. 620, 616, 04. That's not how we want it. We need a slash. Let me see what we did here. Let me just see what we did here. Okay, I understood the problem. It was, what was it? Yeah, it was that we'll just copy this and throw it in. And the issue was that the backslash used the wrong slash. And on a map for some reason didn't show me. So let's go over here and change this to 4. And delete the fixed answers UI, so nobody just thinks we have to still fix them. Okay, they're all stuck together, which is pretty okay. Not so okay, but pretty okay. I can move the slider, have some fun. 7 of 16, 7 of 16, 7 of 20, 0, 4. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so I'll see you in the next video, whereas we're going to talk about our logic. And then we are going to post our final one, which will talk about colors, as our color is very bland, and not so looking. It's very, very, not at all good looking. So that's it for this video, and we shall see you in the next video.